My future bleak with emotions I'm renouncing. They say I got what it takes. Learning from my mistakes. Through decisions I made. Swear I'm hungry for cake. My heart black and my mind gone and my soul cries, but I don't. I start spans to get too blow to get so high.
What up, though? What it do? What's happening?
What up, man?
Yeah, man. So we back. Another installment. You know what I'm talking about? Family Affair Sports Talk. And so we got a lot of sports, man. A lot of things to touch on. We're gonna try and jump through this thing, get through it quickly. You know what I'm talking about? As quick as possible. So I'm guessing we're gonna start off with the NBA Finals. Go ahead, touch on, this elimination game. And I guess we can jump into this conversation that we was putting off on the GOAT conversation between the great Michael Jordan, his airness himself, and the attention whore that is LeBron James.
He ain't that, but you know what I'm saying?
So LeBron's biggest fan, tell us what you thought of the elimination game tonight.
Talking to me?
Yeah, you the one that only one.
You only
LeBron on here.
My fault. I'm like LeBron right now, man. We smoking a cigar, you know what I'm saying? We celebrating over here, you know. Oh, I put it out real quick for this. I put it out right here so I can focus. But as far as LeBron is concerned, number 4, 3 different teams, 3 different championships, 4th finals MVP. He's doing stuff that, man, no others has done, man. No other has done. First player ever in NBA history to win the finals MVP with 3 different teams. And he put the Lakers back on the map, a whole year of basketball. You know what I'm saying? They said today, last week, a year ago, was the start of the preseason. And they just finished the season, 365. So, LeBron is LeBron. Has he caught the GOAT? No, but he is tickling. He is tickling them to me. So he right there in the shadow. And, when it's all said and done, he's going to have surpassed everybody in most of the major stats, points, rebounds, assists. Does he get 6? I don't know. But to me, if he gets 5 and goes to 11 final appearances where he matches Russell, but 5 championships, 5 finals MVP, 3 different teams, I don't know how you can't talk about it, man. How you can't legitimately give this man the throne, and he actually defeated champions. Jordan got 6, but he never beat a real champ. To me, he had the easier of the 6 finals. So he, he beat some 60-win teams, but there's a lot of 60-win teams. Phoenix Suns was a bunch of 60-win teams in 2000s. I don't mean nothing to me. But if you beat a champ, then I salute you. But he didn't. And I think the opportunity he had, we can't knock what happened in 95 with Orlando. To me, that's a hiccup. I don't care if he was a short season or not. The boy dropped 51 in the Garden. He was averaging 30 plus in the playoffs. You get to the Eastern Conference Finals, you ain't rusty. So you get to Eastern Conference Finals and you go 7 versus Orlando. That team got swept the next round to the Rockets. I think the Rockets would have beat Jordan. So to me, that's still a hiccup. Just like y'all want to bring up Dallas Maverick, that's Jordan's hiccup to me. So it's a good debate, but do I give Jordan an edge? Yes, slight. It's not a big gap like y'all might say.
Pause on a grown man tickling another man. I just want to say that.
Oh,
But
man.
so honestly, I'm wondering if we should even have this discussion since his
Yeah.
biggest fan is saying that he ain't the GOAT. You know what I'm talking about? So like that really kills the discussion.
Yeah, well, he said he's on there, and I give LeBron. LeBron is up there. I never said he's not up there. I've always put him third. Um, and he itching to go past that third spot. I mean, go up to that second spot. To me, I'm like him. Like you said, if he win another championship, then maybe he's breathing on Mike's neck. But when you got, I don't know what Anthony Davis averaged this one, but let's say over 25. You got what he average? What AD do this week?
You did get
What AD
25,
Yes, he did. He averaged 25 and 13 for the series.
not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
series. I'm talking about this game.
Oh yeah, not the game. I'm talking about average. When you have somebody with averaging 25, you have Kyrie average 28, you had Dwayne Wade average 26. I say LeBron always had more help than Mike did. And I know a lot of people like to use the argument about finals. I do say LeBron definitely had the harder finals, but I say Mike had the harder travel to the finals to get there. If you look at all the Hall of Famers that he went through to get to the finals, and the reason why he never beat a champ because he was the champ. He ain't let nobody else win none no more. He was when he did beat the Lakers. That year, and everybody said, "Oh man, they were old." Magic Johnson won the West and was the MVP of the league that year that they went to the finals against Jordan. So he has beat a champ and a champ that won it 5 times. You know what I'm saying? So, but everybody else, you're right. He beat him. That's why he was the monster. He didn't have to dethrone the monster like the LeBron, had to do that year when they placed Golden State. So, you're wondering who I got second. To me, it's always been Kareem. That's who Mike finally got past when he did the 6 week. It's to me, it's Mike, Kareem, LeBron. That fourth spot, man. I keep going back and forth with Magic and Kobe. I do. I one day I'm like, man, it's Magic because Magic is like LeBron. They're winners. They're not just scorers. They make their team better. They're always on the team that wins. Magic went to how many out of the 10 years he was in the finals, like only twice in his career, something crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was just something crazy that he just was a winner. Um, Only reason I don't put him in those other top two because those top two guys that I talk about, Magic and Kareem, they dominated both sides of the court for long periods of time. And I just think you can't deny that, when you do that. So that's my top 5 and switch back on my Mount Rushmore with Magic and Kobe.
Can I ask a question quickly though before y'all
Yeah.
comment? So Kareem had Magic, who was averaging 25 and dropping 10 dimes. That don't you said
It do.
LeBron?
No. It do. It does. Just but like I said, when we have GOAT talk, those things are in play. That's why Kareem is not the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? But when GOAT talk comes, those things come a factor. And the only reason I put Kareem in there, and he did have Oscar because he did win one without Magic, and Magic won one without him. But I'm not saying you can't have no help because everybody has help. But
Magic didn't
Mike,
win without him.
huh?
Magic lost one without him, but he didn't win one without him.
Oh, that's right. That is true. Magic got 5, Kareem got 6. My bad. That is true. So yeah, you gotta have help, some kind of help. But if you look at Michael's help, the best year that Pippen had, he had 22 points. But if you look at every other player on that team, ain't nobody scored over 8 points. Nobody. Not 8 points. If you look at Bosh, Wade, and what they did, you just you can't deny that, man. and Ray Allen. I can name all. Well, I ain't even gonna go there, but all the
Coaching
people that
don't
man
have
had.
nothing to do with it either.
Huh?
Coaching don't have nothing to do with it either.
No. It does. It does. It does.
All right, so let me interject myself into this conversation. I don't understand, and I can't abide by the disrespect of one Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe, to me, is behind Michael Jordan, directly behind Michael Jordan. He's above LeBron, in my opinion. Because Kobe Bean Bryant, without a Dwayne Wade, without a Anthony Davis, without a Scottie Pippen, had a three-peat. Well, not a three-peat, but he went to 3 straight finals and won 2 of them without Shaquille O'Neal. That gave him 5 rings. Kobe Bryant is the closest thing that we've ever seen to the GOAT. So LeBron is not close. He got way too many losses in the NBA Finals. His losses outweigh his wins. And this is the dude that, because he could not win, he could not elevate his team to win in the NBA Finals, went to Miami to get with Dwayne Wade, who had already won a championship and a championship Finals MVP while averaging 39 points a game doing it. You know what I'm saying? So LeBron is not, he's not close to Michael Jordan. Now, his longevity, and like they say, he probably will go down as having the longest prime of any superstar that we've ever seen. And this notion about, Michael Jordan didn't beat champions. Michael Jordan, on his way to winning his titles, beat all-time greats in the gloves: Stockton and Malone, Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Those are the players.
Lonzo, Hardaway, Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas. Like, he beat all-time greats either
Barkley.
in the finals or on his way to the finals. LeBron James beat Tim Duncan and Steph Curry.
Tim Duncan, not Manu Ginobili. I can go on and on. What you talking about?
Manu
KD,
Ginobili.
Bro,
nobody interrupted you. Nobody interrupted you, bro.
God.
Starting already, man. Ain't nobody interrupt you. We sat and listened to you go on your diatribe, and nobody said nothing. As soon as we start talking, now you want to start talking. So let me say my piece. Manu Ginobili is not an all-time great. He will not go down as an all-time great. Neither will Tony Parker. Neither will Jimmy Butler. Neither will Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? DeMar DeRozan.
He got some.
Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce.
Bruh. When he beat can I mute this mother? So when he beat KG and them on his way to the finals, he lost to the Dallas Mavericks, to another all-time great in Dirk Nowitzki. So he did not beat really that many all-time greats. I can think of 2. He never beat the Kevin Durant when he was with Golden State.
He still beat them when they went to the finals with OKC.
Yeah, but he didn't beat him when he was with a championship team. You know what I'm saying? He beat him when he was with Russell Westbrook, who really don't,
Hold on, Dre. Just hold
them
up.
back.
Hold up, Dre. Hold up.
So my whole point, of the situation is that Michael Jordan, proved his mettle and did what it was that he had to do. He beat enough great players. He's the GOAT. And like I said, Kobe Bean Bryant, to me, is the second greatest player of all time. And then LeBron can get in the mix after that with Kareem and Magic and LeBron. But again, He got 6 losses, man. He got 4 wins. So if he get to 5, where he's 5-6, then you can definitively put him at third, and you can have a legitimate conversation about if he's better than Kobe. At this point, I don't think he is. Say, bro, do you want to add to this conversation?
He said no. He said he don't want to do no basketball. He said no basketball. Okay.
So, Dre, go ahead and rebut.
I've been going away from basketball way too much, doing driving over the road and working 2-3 jobs and all that other stuff, bro. I ain't kept up with basketball in a minute, so I don't have no input.
Okay.
Quickly, what I'm gonna say is I'm not going to continue going on the Kobe Bryant thing. Don't get me wrong, Kobe's an all-time great. You know, RIP, but ain't nobody else gonna put him number 2. So I'm not gonna waste my energy on that. All I'm going to say is he named all them people and said KD wasn't on a championship team, but all the Hall of Famers he mentioned wasn't on a Hall of Fame championship team. Karl Malone, John Stockton, Gary Payton, Charles Barkley, none of them was on a championship team. So once again, I'm not going to entertain that. He beat Isaiah Thomas when Isaiah Thomas was past his prime. Magic when he's past his prime without Kareem and without Pat Riley as his coach. He had Vlade Divac at starting center, and James Worthy was hurt. Then the LeBron beat a 72-win ex-championship Golden State team, and he beat the Spurs, who he also lost to, who were 5-time champs. You know what I'm saying? So besides the Dallas Mavericks, that one was a blink on his little radar. The teams he lost to were champions of 5 times.
I want to add one thing, Dre. You kind of contradicting yourself because Tim Duncan was a little past his prime too. I just want to say.
When was he past his prime?
When LeBron won.
Or the time he lost?
Huh? You talking about when LeBron won? But see, y'all making excuses against great players.
Why they won the last time, not Tim Duncan. So we going by Tim Duncan. He beat Tim Duncan when he was in his prime.
No, he did not. LeBron did not beat Tim Duncan in his prime. No, when Tim Duncan was in his prime, they swept the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James up out the NBA Finals. Now
I think you frozen, Dre, because we can't hear you and your picture frozen.
That's good. He got swept out the finals when Tim Duncan was in his prime. Now, when Tim Duncan was past his prime on his last leg, the final years of his career, when Tony Parker was probably the best player on the team at that time, but Tim Duncan still provided that post scoring and some defense, is when LeBron was able to beat them. And he beat them the first time, and then they backdoored the next year and beat Miami by a record margin. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, when we talking GOAT talk, I do think you got to look at their faults too, and that's the only thing with Kobe. And Kobe, he had a stretch, and I know he had a bad team and everything when he was the AC and he played against Phoenix, but the attitude that he had when he came out in the second half and refused to shoot, it was just a bad look. You know what I'm saying? Because I am the type of guy that you gotta down your shield, or you gotta let all the bullets loose. When I see something like that takes away from me, I think, your greatness. And that's the same thing with LeBron. LeBron against Dallas, that blimp right there just took away from when we have GOAT talk. I'm not saying he's not great. I'm not saying he's not one of the best all the time. But when you have GOAT talk, you got to consider these things. You can't sweep it under the rug and act like it didn't happen. And think that with Kobe, that's the only thing that I look at. I'm like, man, Kobe, you allowed a situation to overwhelm you. And I've never seen that with Jordan. Even when he was the worst team against Boston and they had 3 Hall of Famers, he put it out and, like you said, died on his shield. And with with Kareem and his longevity, if you go look back what he did in his first, second, third year, you know, just like these guys, they were great from the moment they touched the floor. But when you talking GOAT talk, you got to consider everything. And none of these guys have any weaknesses. So that's what separates them. This is just that those little things that you do to say, where do I put him? And that's the only thing I do with Kobe. And y'all know I love Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know I'm a Kobe fan. So yeah.
Okay, so if you're gonna bring up Kobe not shooting against Phoenix, when he was with a bunch of scrubs, how about LeBron melting down in game 1, 2 years ago against Golden State when J.R. Smith got that rebound and didn't shoot. Then they go into overtime and LeBron refused to shoot for the first 3 minutes and 45 seconds of overtime, which cost his team a loss. And then went on to get swept up out the finals by Golden State. So, I mean, if you're going to hold something against Kobe for not shooting when he had a trash team in the first round against Phoenix, I know you got to hold the same against LeBron, who refused to shoot, refused to penetrate. Like, he stopped playing after what JR did and then got swept up out the finals.
Yeah, I do. But the only thing with LeBron is that from the boy third, fourth year, and I know I always say I argue with LeBron fans all the time about the MJ talk, but LeBron from his third or fourth year has lived right there in the finals. He was going to the finals before he even went to Miami, and that was with Cleveland.
One time.
Okay, one time, but he was either fighting to go there or he was there. He was, he was running the East after his third year in the East as a third-year player. Come on, man, that's something. And he didn't go in the playoffs his first year.
LeBron said himself tonight that it took him 7 years to win his first championship. Okay, so that means that he was 5 years in Cleveland. He went one time. He wasn't running the East. Boston went back-to-back years with LeBron in the East. He wasn't running nothing out East, man.
I would say not running, but he was still going to Eastern Conference championships, man. He was still, a series away of going there in your third or fourth year, in the league. You know what I'm saying? That's something. I can't front on that. Go ahead, Dre.
He dethroned the championship to get to the first finals. That same team that dethroned the Big Three in LA. He beat the Detroit Pistons, scored 26 in a row in Game 7 to go to that finals. That was the defending champs.
And then he got swept up out the finals by San Antonio.
5-time champs, like I said.
No, I like I said, I'm in the middle, y'all. I'm giving him credit to go, but like he said, he still lost it. My biggest thing on LeBron is if you go to Miami and for 4 years you only got 2, that's and everybody said, well, he lost to San Antonio. That's a great team. Dog, you had a great team. You trying to tell me Mike don't go to Miami with a squad like that and can't win 4 in a row? That stuff like that, I don't blame him because you see what he had around. But the Miami thing, I blame him for him. The going back to Cleveland, you right. When Kyrie and Love got hurt, it was basically him by himself. So I understand that he did have one of the greatest finals I think there is. Against the Golden State Warriors when they won 72 and they do 3-1 down, even though he had players, he had Kyrie balling too. Michael didn't never had another guy score, I'm gonna drop 40 and you're gonna drop 42 in a game, in a playoff game. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he didn't have nobody. Everybody give him all the credit for it, but I do give him the major credit for it. But he up there, man. He up there. Like I said, I got him at 3, and right behind him is either Magic or Kobe. And that's how I see it.
All right, man. We can go and move on from that. We all agree he ain't the GOAT. So next, man, big news in the NFL before we get to the scores and whatever. The Texans watched our video. Like they was one of our views, you know what I'm saying? Because I said they need to fire the coach of the GM, clean house, you know what I'm saying? In order for them to have a chance. And lo and behold, that's exactly what they did. So our resident Texans fan, come on, you know how much you support the move now that it didn't happen because you didn't support it when I said for them to do it.
You know. Dre tonight. You know what I'm saying? We ain't
Dre,
You know what I'm saying? Because not only did we get our first win, finally got off the snob and stuff, but we look good doing it. You know,
Congrats.
look defense good, you know. And we right back in the hunt of things. We got to take it week by week. But it was shocking. It was a shocking move. I didn't expect it. I didn't think Cal McNair was going to have the kahunas to pull it off, and he did. But now coming to find out why, you can't yell at JJ, man. You can't get in no argument with JJ and think you're going to get away with it, man. You lost the locker room by doing it. And, you know, Tim Kelly today, he got the shackles taken off of him and was able to, you know, call a good game. My offense looked good. Defense looked good a little bit. We still giving up big gashes in the middle. But, you know, I like it.
Run.
What I really, really like is Deshaun already put a little nugget out there and say he really, really would like Eric Bieniemy as our next coach. I really love that. I love the fact that he came out into the public and said that. So, you know, that's who I expect next year. You know, black coach, black QB, you know, good play call. Come over here and bring some things and make my offense great, you know. So, yeah, I'm happy. And we're going to take it week by week. We back in here. You know, we back in this.
Fellas?
Hey, man. We all bad. we all bad, and we can spice it up all we want. I think all our wins come from the Giants, the Jets, the Jaguars, the Atlanta Falcons. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's where all our wins come from. So, you know, ain't nobody really shown nothing yet. You know, if you losing your coach right now, that's a bad look. And, you know, ain't no telling. I ain't gonna say we ain't gonna lose our coach because we ain't gonna do that, but ain't nobody over here doing good. It ain't a good look losing your coach, no matter which way you look at it. So, like my kinfolk said, we just some bad football team. You know what I'm saying? We terrible. You know, so I don't care what nobody say. You can't put lipstick on a pig and call it cute, man. So that's what it really is.
Well, I kind of disagree. It's a good look for the Texans. They should have got rid of O'Brien years ago. Yeah, I get he didn't took them to, you know, the first round, however many years in a row. Dre like to, you know, throw up, but you ain't got past the first round. So to me, he was just like Jason Garrett was for the Cowboys. It was time to go. He should have been gone. So, you know, this is the best thing for him right now. Yes, it's early, but that's probably the best time to do it while it's still early. 4 games in, you cut him loose, and what happened? He didn't get a spark. Romeo comes in, lead him to a victory. You know, everybody, whole attitude change, you know. When your morale low, man, and your coach, your leadership is part of it, you know, it ain't gonna work. What's that saying in that movie? Remember the Titans? You know, attitude reflects leadership. You got rid of the bad attitude, the bad karma, whatever you want to call it, the bad leadership, and they was able to do something. So maybe now they can this momentum from here on out. You know, coach lost today. They beat the Jags. Tennessee ain't played yet. You know, so they still have somewhat of a fighting chance for the rest of the season, just depending on how everything shake out. Any given Sunday.
Yeah, they don't got no fighting chance, but it is a good step in the right direction. I've been said it that they needed to get rid of that dude. Drake can attest that I've been saying that they need to get rid of him for years now. I've been saying this. So I think it was a good step, you know what I'm saying, that they finally did go ahead and make the move to get rid of the dude. And so yeah, I'm not gonna get into who the next coach gonna be. I don't see them digging themselves a 4-game hole and thinking that they're gonna crawl out and catch Tennessee and or the Colts, because they still gonna have to see them teams head to head. They did face a bad Jacksonville team, you know, and so when you lose your coach and everybody's trying to rally and you face a bad team, that can provide good results for you. You know what I'm saying? And it could be something, you know, that the team could possibly rally around. But dang, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Romeo Crennel get fired last year or something? Like he wasn't even
not last year.
This year.
Bruh.
I know they had hold up. I know they had a new defensive and offensive coordinator this year. Romeo Crennel was not you know, the defensive coordinator no more. He hasn't been the defensive coordinator for a while, because didn't old boy who coaching the Titans take over as DC when Romeo Crennel became a consultant or something like that? But I know this year that they had a new offensive and I'm gonna come to you, Drake. They had a new offensive and defensive coordinator. So it seemed to me, and I'm just on the outside looking in, Drake gonna be able to address this, but it seemed to me like Romeo Crennel was somebody that the organization knew, and they didn't trust the new people on their staff to move into the role of head coach. So they called up old Romeo and say, man, we need you to come and coach this team for the rest of the year.
Now, he was the defensive coordinator last year. Anthony Weaver was the linebackers coach. Just like with Mike Vrabel, we didn't want to lose Anthony Weaver. So they moved Romeo Crennel to assistant head coach and promoted Anthony Weaver to defensive coordinator because we didn't want to lose him, just like we did with Vrabel. When Vrabel left for Tennessee, Romeo returned back to defensive coordinator. And he just groomed Anthony Weaver just like he did Vrabel. So he's been on the staff. He just was an assistant head coach / D coordinator last year. This year, he was just assistant head coach. So it automatically fell on his lap.
Okay.
You know, to piggyback on O'Brien, man, he was a bad GM. He made the bad trades, man. I hated him as the coach. I wasn't calling for his head because he did do some things. You know, we went to the playoffs with 4 or 5 different quarterbacks in one season. And then when Watson came there, the years Watson were healthy, he made some progress with Watson. You know, he did turn him into the quarterback he is now. And each year we did get better. Last year we went to the second round. And in the second round, we was first half of that game, you know, we was winning. You know, we was doing our thing. We choked the second quarter. So I'm not going to knock him as a head coach. Do I think he could have got better? Yes. But head coaches normally take their road bumps. They take their head. Right now, Andy Reid. Everybody loved Andy Reid, but it took him to go to Kansas City before we actually fell in love with him. If you go talk to Philadelphia Eagles fans right now, they probably say the same thing that we say about O'Brien. It's how many opportunities Andy Reid had in Philly and was losing playoff games. You know what I'm saying? So all great coaches go through that struggle. And they got to learn to win, just like in basketball, superstars got to learn to win that chip. So I'm not going to knock him as a head coach. I actually think he's going to go to another team, probably the Jets, the Bears, you know, shoot Atlanta now because they fired their coach. I can see him in Atlanta and do some things. Do I think he might be a Super Bowl winner, like Gary Kubiak did, left Houston and went to Denver and won a Super Bowl? Probably not, but in the future, I think he's going to do some damage. He's going to be another good Andy Reid, and I give him about 4 or 5 years. He a good play caller, man.
Anybody else want to touch on this? No. All right, man. Let's go ahead and jump into
Yeah, we got.
Now, me, I didn't say my piece, so I don't have nothing else to say. For you guys personally, I don't want y'all to take offense, but I'm going to turn my back on this discussion. Okay? I'm turning my back. So we need to talk about the biggest news, I believe, of the day. The quarterback of the team I-45 North, who shall not be mentioned. Your thoughts?
It's just sad for the young man, and we'll see him go down.
I think that's a little unprofessional to turn your back on folks, on your fans that's watching this podcast.
Tony, tell him, Tony.
You know, I think that's a little unprofessional, regardless of what you think. It's a sports talk. You're supposed to be unbiased a little bit on here.
You know what I'm saying?
But other than that, it ain't nothing for me to say. It ain't nothing for me to say. You ain't got to explain yourself. I said my piece.
Right.
You know, I hate the man got hurt.
Yeah.
I believe the man gonna get paid, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
So,
we won. We're gonna see what the redhead can do and go from there. Who knows?
okay.
I'm done.
I never claimed to be unbiased, by the way. Go ahead.
Okay, so in that case, then I'm a.
Leave it alone. You don't gotta go there, King Folk. You don't gotta go there. You know, it's sad for my team. You know what I'm saying? To watch a young guy like that, and he never missed a game before. You know, put his whole self for the team. The team love him. City love him. I know a lot of people are grabbing on to the business part of the game and saying, you know, he ain't get paid. They doing him wrong because he this and he that. I don't believe that's the case. I just think it's business, and that's how business is. Stop separating the two. But just for the young man, that for him to be in a contract, to get hurt during the contract year, you know, you don't want it to be that way. You want it to come where he gets to prove himself, what he's worth, and he gets paid what he's worth. And I've always been about that, what he's worth. You know, and you can argue that. Some people believe he should get paid up there with Mahomes. Some people should believe he should be, you know, right up there with the other guys, I say like the Wilsons of the world. So, you know, it's just sad to see him go. As far as my team, you know, we haven't been a good team. Like I said, none of our teams have been good teams this year. It's going to focus my team to go, I think, to go what they should have been doing is focusing on a run and you know, everything predicate from that. So, you know, but as far as the news, man, just sad, man. Just sad. You never want any player, even on y'all squads, to go down like that.
My take, man, I feel bad for Dak. I've been pushing for Dak to get his money. But hindsight, man, really be honest, it might have been a blessing in disguise for him because he played what, 4.5 games? So he's going to get paid $31 million and only played 4.5 games. I don't think he's going to make it back for the season. He can sit back and watch the redhead try his best to get y'all to the playoffs, but I don't think it's going to happen. And he going to say, if I was there, we could have made it work, you know? And he's going to show his worth by actually sitting on the bench. You know, he started off these first games. I mean, the play calling was suspect for him passing a lot. And now y'all taking advantage of, you know, Zeke in the backfield and running the ball. So he's been eating up 400-500 yards passing per game. But stats-wise, he's been doing, you know, real good. And for the rest of the season, he can sit back and say, I told you so. This is what I'm worth. And now y'all can see, even though the redhead, I'm actually I'm an Andy Dalton fan. You know, we from Houston, Katie. You know, went to TCU. He a Texas quarterback, and he's actually good. He ain't like no slouch, but Dak can show his worth by actually sitting on the bench and seeing the difference between him being on that field and Andy being on that field. So it might be a blessing in disguise for him. He still might get his money at the end of the year. If not, somebody gonna pay him. Either he gonna get franchised again for another even more money, or get his money either with the Cowboys or somebody else.
I don't see him. There's no guarantee he's going to show his work sitting on the bench. As you said, Andy Dalton was a fairly good quarterback. He went to 5 playoffs while he was with Seattle. Just had some bad teams, you know, and the coaching, you know, much as I like Marvin Lewis, he should have been gone a long time ago too, before it got that far. It kind of wasted Andy Dalton a little bit on that staff and that ownership. Dak showed his worth in the first 4 games he played. You know, he lead the league right now in passing yardages and offense and all of that good stuff. So that right there, and his youth, you know what I'm saying? That's what's going to get him his money. What he's done so far, what he done this year, and his youth, you know. But what I want to say real quick, like I'm with Deron, it is about business. You know, everybody can say, you know, if it was this, if it was that, he would have did this. Let's not forget this man was offered like 2-3 different contracts that he turned down. The last one was a 5-year, $175 million contract with $100 and something million guaranteed. I think it was 110 or less that was going to be guaranteed. That put him at $35 million a year before Mahomes hit the multi, you know, they hit the baseball style contract, and then Deshaun gets the 4-year, 160. See what I'm saying? So they was paying him what he was worth at the time because of the market. He chose to gamble on future market value, which, had he not got hurt, would have paid off. But at the time, he was offered market value, which was $35 a year, which is what Russell made, or something close to what Russell made. Now, after that, the market went up. So I don't blame you for betting on yourself, but the key word is he bet on himself. There was a contract offer. So I am a little frustrated when people try to say the Cowboys didn't want to pay him. If you didn't want to pay him, you wouldn't have offered more than one type of contract. And each contract they offered went higher than the last one. Now, he wanted 4 years instead of 5. That was his choice. He turned that down because he wanted less years. Again, not mad at you. It's business, bro. You looking at the future. You see what Dallas is making. You know what contracts for TV rights is coming and all of that. So that 5th year, he's like, hey, 5th year, guarantee me 45 mil. Why? Because the market's going to be at 45 mil by his 5th year. You see what I'm saying? Now, Jerry didn't want to do that right now. Okay. It's business. It's called negotiation. He decided, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to gamble on myself this year, which he did last year because they offered him a contract last year before the season. So you can't say they didn't try to pay the man money. They just didn't pay the man what he wanted at the time, and he chose to gamble on himself.
Yeah, I agree. What's next?
Yeah, we can move on.
All right. So,
let's talk about Jimmy Garoppolo getting benched.
Yeah, we talked about Houston. We talked about Dallas. We might as well talk about all 3 of our squads and then go to pick.
Well, we'll get to that. But Dallas did have a game that they played. So since you know we were on the subject of y'all
Dallas
franchise quarterback getting screwed over, you might as well talk about the game that he got injured in.
Well,
nothing to talk about. It was the Giants. I mean, go ahead, Deron. To me, ain't nothing to talk about. It was the Giants. We were supposed to win the game. We won the game. You know, defense sucked. They let him score 30-something points, made Daniel Jones look like he was, doing something real well. Like he was a really good quarterback. You know, they start clamping down towards the end. They start putting it together towards the end. But for the most part, it's a game we should have won.
Yeah, and I'd say we beating bad teams. I said it earlier. We ain't beat nobody. Ain't nobody on here beat nobody. we're just not playing good football. We ain't playing good football, and you got a sighting, just a quick glimpse of our $25 million man Lawrence. But yeah, man, something needs to come on in these first halves, man. We just these first quarters, we ain't coming out there doing nothing. We look bad, and then we scrambling to get back in the game and make it a game. But even with that, like Tony said, even if you see it after we got back in the game, they still was able to move the ball. So it's just bad football.
See, we got sponsors.
I saw.
I know, man.
I hope.
Giving them for free,
I mean,
man.
y'all constantly putting up stuff for people. I hope they hit you up
Mine
with a
in the bag,
sponsorship.
man. Don't nobody know what I'm saying.
Keep it in the bag, man.
This Club Shay over here. I'm celebrating over here. But anyway, the Cowboys game. Actually, man, one thing I take away, man, they playing with heart. Y'all fought back in numerous games. So I see that as a team, y'all can overcome adversity. Never get out of the game. Y'all stay fighting hard. Y'all stay playing hard. Really, it's just gelling as a coaching staff to me. I didn't get to really go through the X's and O's and watch the game like that because I was flipping back and forth between y'all and the Niners. But I think y'all can build from it. We'll see what Andy can do, and I don't know who y'all play next week, but we'll see. Y'all still what? Y'all first place in your division now, ain't you?
Bro, you may have to edit this, bro, but Jay, you need to drink Hennessy more when you come on here, bro. I ain't never heard you say anything good about the Cowboys. You sounded like a Cowboy fan there for a hot minute. You might have to edit this, bro, but you may need to drink some Hennessy. Yeah, I want you on some Hennessy every time you come up on here.
My only thing is, and this ain't even about y'all game because after that brother got hurt, I couldn't stomach watching no more of that game.
Yeah.
But Deron, is it making you feel better to keep dragging everybody down in the mud, to keep saying that we all bad teams and win? I mean, I understand that we are, but you didn't say it about 5 times since this video started. So is that like making you feel better today or something?
It's just, just stating the obvious, man. That's all. I will say this about that: these two young receivers, Gallup and Lamb, man. These two guys, man, are gonna be special, and it makes me look back now. And I know you couldn't know you was gonna be able to grab Lamb with the draft to sign Amari for what they signed him for, but I wish I could take his money and give him to those two boys right there, man. They gonna be something special for real, and that's the bright spot of my squad. Those two young receivers.
Yeah, but what I hate, D, is I don't see Gallup staying. Not unless you're gonna trade Amari to pay him, because I don't see Gallup being able to stay. I've been saying the whole offseason, I've been saying it all up until now. He's underrated, and I don't believe he get the respect he's due for what that man is able to do. The catches that man is able to make, when you come to him, when you call on him, it's very rare. Yeah, it's very rare that man drop balls, you know what I'm saying? But when they come his way, he's making the big catch. And you don't hear them talk about them. They talk about Lamb. It's Lamb that, Amari this, Amari that. I just don't hear the respect for Gallup that I believe personally as a fan and as a Cowboy fan, as a football fan. I don't think that man get the respect he's due, and I don't see them paying him.
I first guess on Gallup. Deron can verify that. I called that boy the best wide receiver in his draft long before anybody else. They weren't even talking about him. I think they had like a 3rd round grade, a 4th round grade on that dude. And I first guessed it. Deron and Duncan can vouch for that. But this ain't no Cowboy show, so we ain't gonna spend too much time talking about no damn Cowboys and they roster. So I guess y'all want to touch on the Niners, so I'm gonna say this: the Niners is a bad football team, man. It's just a bad football team, bro. And it's no two ways around it. You know, I gotta call a spade a spade. We just not a good football team right now, and so, you know, we're gonna have to roll with the punches, you know what I'm saying, and just, you know, thug it out for the rest of this year, you know, but it's not looking good. We ain't looking good on offense, we ain't looking good on defense. The coaching staff looking suspect, you know, so we just an overall bad football team. And how impressive we was against the Giants, that's looking less and less glossy, even though the performance that they ended up putting on Dallas had tonight made it shine a little bit for me, you know what I'm saying? But it did lose some of its luster because we looking bad out here, man. I mean, we looking bad. Like we looking worse than the Cowboys bad. We looking like Houston Texans with Bill O'Brien bad out here, man. Like for real, you know. So, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm talking about? We just gotta roll with the punches, you know.
Okay, you may have to edit this out too, but whatever you drinking, you need to drink every time you come on here too. Y'all get a little drink in y'all, and y'all speak some for real truth when y'all come up here. I ain't drinking nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all drink whatever y'all been drinking before y'all come up on here or doing the show going forward. At least when I'm here.
Let them go first.
But you know, I guess that's why Deron say we all bad, because man, boy, you know, everybody got their little whatever. You know, Dallas got a really good offense for the most part. Offensive line suffering big time, and the defense, they can't stop a runny nose. You know, my brother say his is bad on both sides. Dre, I don't know what's the deal with yours before now. You know, I guess we could chalk it up to the coach. You know, y'all got a fairly decent offense. Defense don't look too bad. You know, it ain't as bad as ours are anyway.
They can't stop the run either. They can't stop the run either.
Yeah, but it still ain't as bad as us. You know, they ain't giving up 300-something yards to one team. You know, that's ridiculous. Dre, you don't have to frown, bro. I'm talking about us. We gave up 300 yards.
No, I didn't give up 300 yards rushing.
Yeah, to Cleveland. 300-something yards rushing to Cleveland. You know, right now, I believe we are right there, probably 32nd in the league right now. If not 32nd, if we 31st. We pretty horrible right about now. But, yeah, you know, so I guess I start looking at college and see what to try to hope for in the draft. I don't know about the rest of this year, bro. I just don't know.
No.
I don't know what Indy gonna do, and if this defense don't fix itself quick, man, we all liable to be less than 500 teams by the end of this year.
Well, America, I actually told y'all December. I did say what my kinfolk just said we was going to hear in December. And I did tell y'all, you know, beginning of the season, they was going to be fighting for last place in their division. They looked at me crazy. So the Jimmy G was overrated. And then last week I told y'all Jimmy G wasn't going to be 100%, and it was going to take him a minute. And it seemed like I was right on all of that. Actually, I was wrong. I apologize. I said December, not October. So, you know, tried to tell you the 49ers were just, you know, 1 year wonder, surprises. Ron, you said the same thing, you know, caught people off guard last year. You know, I'm a fan of Shanahan, but I figured, you know, the NFL was going to catch up to it. And they was going to catch up to Jimmy. And I was right. There's no excuses today. They had their wide receivers. They had their running back. Jimmy G come back. And the Miami Dolphins defense? gave them problems the first half. Man, well, they season here, they done. They really don't have no shot at all getting out their division or even. I'm gonna use the word he said, tickle. I mean, I said earlier, tickle the playoffs. They may even smell it. So they season is done. So yeah, they need Tony and 20 to be looking in the draft. The Cowboys leads first place in their division and probably still got a shot to go to the playoffs. 49ers, they done. They done. They need to go find the best pass rusher or offensive lineman in the draft. They got, some good receivers. So I don't think they're going to use the first round pick on the wide receivers. But I'm sure they're going to get another pass rusher. Or no, they need a corner. They need a first round corner. But, I told y'all America December. I'm shocked. I thought they was going to at least last till December. But it's over. They done. Next.
I don't say they done, but they struggling. They struggling, like I said, on all of them. And with the toughest division in football, that doesn't help. And they playing a number one schedule, which I always know, because when my Cowboys play a number one schedule, that'd be our bad year. Then we basically go to a second place schedule, a third place schedule, and we end up doing good. But man, I never seen Guap, but I didn't see him playing this bad, because I just thought Shanahan would put him in the good place to be.
Say.
Wait, ain't we talking about?
Say.
You
Now,
talking about our squad?
y'all doing too much. Like y'all know the injury situation with my team, and y'all poking y'all chest out now. Y'all poking y'all chest out. You know what I'm saying? Play with it with that non-lit cigar in his mouth, talking about I told y'all. You ain't tell us most of my team gonna be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and then they got their receivers in Miami doing them like this and doing them like that. When my top three cornerbacks and my top two edge pass rushers ain't even playing. And Jimmy Garoppolo, you was right about the ankle. He wasn't ready to come back. It was going to take him long. That was the only thing you've been right about. And DeRon, you've been waiting to try and drag my quarterback. I ain't know it was going to look this bad. He looked bad because he hurt. Y'all need to stop, man. Y'all doing too much. I try to be humble, you know what I'm saying, and let y'all, get off on whatever. But you're doing too much, man. You're doing too much, bro.
We doing just as you have done these last 4 weeks about our squads. You know what I'm saying? Now you can't take it. You right here sitting right next to us. You know what I'm saying? Moping. Y'all drinking because y'all so bad, but I can't drink, but I have been moping. But come on over here, man. Sit on down, man. Relax. But
taking shots.
I know. I really thought Shanahan would have that team more prepared, and don't front on and I don't front. I know Miami was the worst team last year, but them boys have been scoring. Period. You know what I'm saying? So let's just not act like they just that bad. Like they one of the worst offenses in the league, but they have been scoring within these last 2 weeks. But I know they hurt with injuries. I know what injuries are. My Cowboys are going through it too. But yeah, man, I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. Shanahan, you're gonna get to see what kind of coach he is, because he finally got some adversity where he can start mixing it up and doing the things that shows why he's a great offensive mind.
I'm gonna say, quite honestly, and I love Shanahan. I think he is a very innovative coach. I rank him up there with the best play callers in football. But the fact of the matter is that outside of Jimmy Garoppolo, he has not proven in San Francisco. I ain't talking about anywhere else as an offensive.
Atlanta, he did, yeah.
I ain't talking about nowhere else as an offensive coordinator.
Okay. All right.
where he had those type of loaded rosters and that type of thing. In San Francisco, outside of Jimmy, he has not that he can field a winning team. And so that's why 49er fans who watch every snap and watch every game to see C.J. Beathard, we've seen him since year one of Kyle Shanahan. Mullins, we've seen him year two of Kyle Shanahan. So we didn't see these quarterbacks. We didn't see Kyle Shanahan with these quarterbacks. And we've seen him with Jimmy Garoppolo. And Jimmy Garoppolo has been the difference between winning the NFC and going to the Super Bowl and being a 4-12 team where you picking in the top 5 or the top 7. And those are just the facts. And so to compound the fact that Jimmy is hurt with the high ankle sprain and all the other injuries that have hit my team this year, that's why I said we're going to have to thug through it, and see how it pans out. But at the end of the day, like, y'all not just going to drag my team like we're 100% and we was a 1-year wonder. And so now we being exposed because now this is year 2 and y'all not finna do, we not finna do that. We ain't finna do that. Come on, Trey.
Facts is facts, man. Go ahead, Dre.
Well, just 2 quick points real quick. We were down talking O'Brien. And one thing DeRon said is that when the Cowboys play the number 1 schedule, they always kind of struggle a little bit. Well, the Texans been playing the number 1 schedule for quite some time on O'Brien, and he still got them to the playoffs. And he dealt with a lot of injuries. You know what I'm saying? So I seen O'Brien when he had J.J. Watt getting hurt and Clowney getting hurt, rotating back to back during years, offensive line getting hurt, wide receiver Fuller getting hurt, going through 4 or 5 different quarterbacks twice and still make the playoffs. So everybody go through injuries. Everybody goes through hard schedules. Not knocking O'Brien. I'm kind of glad he gone. Gonna move on with the future and go get Eric over here. But Shanahan, Antoine, I'm a big fan of Kyle. I like Kyle. But he should be able to overcome some of these injuries. You know what I'm saying? So with the team y'all got and the coaching staff y'all got, y'all shouldn't have lost to Miami, regardless of the injuries.
Yeah, the only thing is number 1, when your coach was doing all that, y'all was in the worst division in all of football. Y'all was worse than the NFC least back then. So as long as you win your division, you was able to make the playoffs. That's 6 games, and y'all winning 10. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, then the second point is that people forget all of the injuries that we faced last year, where we had both left tackles and our center out. We had receivers out, running backs, you know what I'm saying, defensive linemen, and we was able to do it. Why? My quarterback was 100% healthy. Even when George Kittle didn't play and Juszczyk didn't play and Emmanuel Sanders, and the list goes on and on. This year is different. Not only did it hit all my best players, you know what I'm saying, outside of Fred Warner, but it hit my quarterback. And so my quarterback is trying to get back because he sees that the backups can't do it, and he gives us the best chance to win. So he jumps out there anyway, trying to fight through it and to help the team get a W. And he can't protect himself. He can't avoid sacks, that type of thing. I don't want to get into the minutia of it. I don't want to stay too long on my 49ers. But again, we not finna do that. Like, we not gonna act like, my team is all hunky-dory and they just falling on their face. Like, those are not the facts. Let's keep it a meal ticket, you know what I'm saying, and call it what it is. Come on, Dre.
Just one last point. DeRon, you think the Niners go get Lawrence, Fields, or that boy from North Dakota?
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and touch on this week's game. The Bears and the
Buccaneers. Whoa. Before we start going there, I got to give a run through. I got to apologize. I had everything on 2 sheets, so I lost Tony's side because I had him on a different sheet from last week picks. I made sure I'm putting it all on one sheet this time, but just from what we did last week, Dre once again won the week with 11-1. Only loss he had was the Colts. And went to have the second best record at 10-2. He lost with the Jags and the 49ers. And I lost. I came in third this week at 9-3 with me picking ATL, the Colts, and also the 49ers. Brings out the records. I'm still winning. I'm 52-20. Drayden took over the second spot with 51 wins and 21 losses. And Ant has got 50 wins and 21 losses. So we all, half a game. I'm 1 game up. Y'all half a game from each other. So,
No, but didn't last week we overtook you where you went like 9-7 or something, and we both had double-digit wins, and you was like that lead that y'all had. You wasn't even 9. You were like 7 or something. Like you only like.
Yeah, I was bad. I was bad, but I was killing y'all. That was the problem. I was killing y'all. Last week I was 43-17, and actually I can go get last week's.
We're gonna go back and watch.
We ain't gonna worry about that right now. Yeah. We ain't gonna worry about that right now. But trust me, there is gonna be some evaluation of your work. It's your. You know how after 90 days they evaluate you. Your evaluation, bro. Your evaluation it's time for your evaluation. Okay, so the first game, man, we had is the Bears and the Buccaneers. That was an upset to me. I can't speak for nobody else. What y'all think?
The Bears. Wait. Are you talking about last week games?
Thursday Night Football. Nick Foles beat Tom Brady. Fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, that was upset.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
All of us picked the Bucks on that one, and for them to come back. And the thing about it is, the Bucks dominated the first half, and they allowed them to get these rinky-dink plays to just score, and they losing by a point at halftime. I was like, okay, they allow some stupid plays to happen. They gonna take over in the second half, and the Bears actually played that second half, and that was crazy. That was crazy.
Is Tom Brady washed?
Nah, I wouldn't say he's a wash just yet.
Gonna be a man of integrity, man. Today I am. Deron, we're gonna check your work because you just said that I was 11-1 in the game I lost with the Colts, but then we just all picked the Buccaneers, and you ain't count that as a loss for me. I guarantee you didn't count a loss for Antoine or yourself.
That's actually I looked at that's my. I did put the Bucks as a win.
What you saw?
I'm glad we all picked that. So really, I went 8-4. You went 10-2, and he went 9. He went 9-3. Dang, Dre, why you gotta open your mouth, man?
Let's do it, man. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, man. Look. All right. So the Panthers beat the Falcons. Me and Dre was right on that. Come on, Deron. Explain yourself, sir.
You gonna stop picking them Falcons?
I know, man. I'm like you, man. I'm like you, Dre. I ain't never picking the Falcons again, man. You know what I'm saying? They literally got handled. It got handled. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. That was a bad pick.
Y'all heard that they fired Quinn, right? They fired Quinn. Y'all heard the news, right?
No, I just found out. When he said something on the chat. You know what I'm saying? On the podcast. I ain't even know.
They took a cue from the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
It was time. He was bad last year.
They should have fired him. They should have fired him the same week Bill O'Brien got fired. I don't know what they waiting on. He was out of there. Another
Should have fired him last year. He shouldn't even been there to start this season.
this another game Dre got wrong. The Raiders and the Chiefs.
Everybody got
Oh
that
my
wrong.
goodness. Everybody got that. That's another.
See, boy, you full of, boy, you out of line. You out of line, man. You out of line, dog. Like, your review, if you failing your review right now on live camera.
You already got it.
We all pick the Chiefs.
You already lost my kinfolks picks. You know what I'm saying? My kinfolks picks. Get off. Come on, man.
Man, hey, I'm sorry, y'all. All my subscribers, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take over from here on out. We will not have this type of problem no more. You know what I'm saying? I got me some little cards and stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be writing these down on, man.
Well, see, yeah, I was trying to. Yeah, that's why we couldn't start the show because I was trying to do it right before the show, and I'm marking them off. And you're right. I put KC as a winner.
That was a shock.
Man.
That was a shock to me. Even though, let's see the Raiders, I'm starting to.
I know. You jumped off. You jumped off of them. You was with them, and you jumped off of them down because they lost one game for you.
I mean, look, bro, they played the Saints, dominated that game. They flat out dominated that game against the Saints. So the next week, I'm like, man, they finna keep this thing rolling. You know what I'm talking about? And they fall on their face. And that's against the Patriots. That's who they lost to. They lost to the Patriots. They backdoored in Kansas City and dropped 40 on the Chiefs and beat them.
Yeah.
I sure wish I had my picks because I picked some games
different
good from y'all.
Yeah, you did pick some upsets, bro, but you ain't picked the Raiders beating the Chiefs.
I don't know. We'll never know because I ain't got my list.
We don't know.
We got. Yeah,
I promise you, I'm gonna review our picks specifically for your picks, and I'm gonna post them. I'm gonna post them tomorrow. That way, because we do our Monday night show anyway. So I'm gonna post them for tomorrow. I'm gonna have your picks for tomorrow.
I know the game I did pick. I picked Cleveland over Indy. Tell me if I'm wrong though, but I'm pretty sure I picked Cleveland to beat Indy.
Okay.
Yeah, so did Antoine.
Did he?
Yeah. Me and him, me and you and Colts. Antoine got the Browns.
And I picked the Browns too.
Yeah.
Because I told you I ain't trust Phillip Rivers.
Jets. We all saw that coming. The Eagles and the Steelers, even though that game was closer than I personally thought it was gonna be, I think we all went Steelers.
Yeah,
the Rams beat Washington. We all
went Rams.
Alex Smith finally got in the game. We all picked the Ravens and the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Texans and the Jaguars, we already touched on that. We ain't got to talk about it no more. Dolphins 49, the same thing.
Colts. No, we didn't.
I picked Miami.
Yeah, you got Miami.
We already talked about that. The Colts and the Browns, we was just touching on that. Browns did their thing, man.
I'm starting to turn around, man.
I got laughed at for saying that they was on the bubble by the Hennessy man. By the Hennessy man.
Oh, yeah,
he wants to frown and everything. They just beat the number one. It's the number one defense, bro. That's what y'all kept saying, y'all. It was the number one defense. That's why you picked them to win. They won 4 in a row. That's 4 in a row, Dre. Again, they own the bubble. This year is different from any other year. They own the bubble for this year.
We shall see.
Yeah, I don't play nobody yet for me to put them in contender yet.
All right, so the Vikings and the Seahawks. The Vikings, to me, lost that game. I don't think the Seahawks won. I think the Vikings lost. You get down there, you are up 5. You're going to take that 3 points, man. You don't have Dalvin. You don't have Dalvin Cook in the game. You force them to drive down there, not only get a touchdown, but get a 2-point conversion also. You know what I'm saying? And make it an 8-point game. And even if they do that, it goes into overtime.
Yep.
Like, you do not go for it, man. Like, these coaches, man, they be having these brain farts in these games. I don't understand, bro. You take the points. You know what I'm saying?
I think then the Colts or somebody else did that. I was watching the game and I was shaking my head like I don't understand why people are not taking these points right now. You know, even us I think it was last week. We did get the first down, but I still shake my head like, man, you take the points and keep it moving. So I don't know what it is this year, man.
All right, man. So we got the Monday night games. We also gonna have a Tuesday night game. You know, so you know we ain't got no scores or nothing on those. So we can go on ahead and jump on next week's game. First game up.
And you the only one that got one difference. Everything else is the same except the Titans. You the only one that picked the Titans, and me and Dre picked the Bills. But each one of us got the Pats, and each one of us got the Saints. So
No.
We put a stipulation for Michael Thomas. Remember?
I put a stipulation on that for Michael Thomas.
I remember Dre put a stipulation on that.
No, he put a stipulation. He put a stipulation on Cam Newton. If Cam Newton play, then he got the pass. So it is.
I put a stipulation on Michael Thomas.
Okay, I know I did, and somebody else did. Michael Thomas has been ruled out for a fight that he got into with one of his teammates.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I picked the Bills.
Sorry, y'all.
I don't know, but I
had to go get 10 for this. All right, so first up for next week, we got the Texans and the Titans.
Oh, you already know what I got. We're gonna bring one game to first place next week.
I'm taking Titans.
Yeah, I'm going to Titans too.
I'm gonna help y'all out.
Texas can't stop the run game. They got Derrick Henry, and the other kid. I'm just not sure. Titans still got a pretty good defense. I got to roll with the Titans on that one.
No, they play.
But I will. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna help y'all out. Y'all know they play Tuesday night, right? And then they got to turn around and play Sunday. I'm just helping y'all out. That's a very week.
That ain't nothing. But unless I'm in the moment and Titans look just so bad that it can get me to change it on tomorrow's show. But I'm rolling with the Titans.
Yeah, I like
Titans don't play. They don't play till Tuesday.
Right, but then they got to play Sunday against us.
Oh,
yeah,
you're right. Tuesday. You're talking to me. You're right.
All right, so I'm going with the Titans also. The next game up is going to be the Bengals and the Colts.
Colts.
Everybody?
Yeah. They're going to bounce back after this loss.
Yeah, I'm going Colts also. I think they're going to bounce back. The Vikings and the Falcons.
I don't even know why you asking. I don't know. They find their coach. They may have a spark like the Texans. I don't know. Let me think on that one. Let me think on that one.
They getting Lawrence. That's the team I'm saying gonna get Lawrence.
I'm thinking. Now hold on.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
They playing the Vikings.
If I don't know, go ahead and pick them then, Ken Pope.
You said the Vikings?
The Vikings, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the Vikings lost tonight. They're gonna be mad. Oh, hold on. What's the status of Devin Cook?
I don't know.
Right there.
I don't care.
You want that stipulation?
I still ain't picking Atlanta. I don't give a damn. I didn't count for Atlanta. I ain't picking.
I don't care. Dre, I don't want to say something because I want you to pick them, but you already said you ain't never picking Atlanta. So stop playing.
Tony made a good point. They did fire their coach. I got to see who takes over. I didn't read the report. It's over.
You want the stipulation, Atlanta? If Cooks don't play.
If Cooks play,
no, I won't go by Cooks. Was what that kid 25? He ran pretty good at the Cooks left.
That's why I'm staying with the Vikings. Matheson play. He still got 100 yards.
He played pretty good after Cooks went out. So
Yeah.
I'm not going by that. I'm just
Go with the
I'm
Vikings.
thinking on this new coach thing. Maybe they get them they one game.
Yeah, let
So
me
you-
go.
Maybe they get they one game
So
out
who
of the
you
year.
going with? Who you going with though, Tony?
Come back to me on that one. Let me think on that one for a minute. Come back to me. Let's go through the rest.
All right. Next game is the Broncos at the Patriots.
Pats for me.
Pat.
Okay. Everybody? All right. Next
You
is,
Pat. Who are you, Kimbo?
Patrick. I said everybody.
Oh.
Next up is the Giants hosting the football team.
Dang.
I know.
I'm going Washington.
Starts at quarterback for Washington.
Alex.
The Kyle is hurt. Is he hurt or?
I know he got hurt this game and Alex took over.
Yeah. Well, I think even Kyle Allen. Yeah, I'm going with Washington.
Mm.
That defense in Washington, and then a new quarterback.
Tony, you just said Washington too, right?
Yeah.
Who you going, man? Where you going, man?
Who you going? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't act like you thinking about that hard now.
I am, man. If you went Washington, I know I'm going Giants, but how you doing? I'm gonna do it. I'm going Giants, man.
I'm gonna go football team. I think only the Giants can look that good against Dallas. I don't think they're gonna look good against Washington. Okay, the Ravens at the Eagles.
Ravens.
Everybody?
No.
What?
Bruh, with the way that the Eagles, the time they gave Pittsburgh today, them boys are getting closer and closer to trying to put it all together, man. I don't know.
I agree.
Lamar Jackson is not lighting it up like he did last year, passing wise. He's still doing some things on his feet, but he's not lighting it up in the air like he was doing. He's not the same dual threat so far this year he was last year. So I'm gonna pick the upset pick, man. I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
You know what? That's a ballsy move, man. I gotta say, man. That's a ballsy move. I wish I had Joe. I wish I had yours. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey.
You make some great points, but you almost talked me off that. You almost talked me off my pick. But I ain't falling for it. I ain't doing it.
Hey, Kimbo, I tell you, it makes me, for a pick like that, to say, man, if you win that, I give you 2 wins, man, for real.
Well, first of all, you can't just be passing out wins like that. We ain't doing it like that now. You tripping. But he will get if Philly win, he will get the pick of the pick of the week award. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. All right, next up, man, we got the Browns at the Steelers. That's gonna be a barn burner right now.
I'm going Pitt.
That one I don't know. I've been picking fans on my paper. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that one.
Steelers.
Okay, Dre say the Steelers.
I'm going Cleveland.
Finally play somebody.
I'm going Cleveland.
My brother say Cleveland.
Eagles gave him too much trouble, man, and they ain't got close to the running game that Cleveland got. They ain't even got the wideouts, the weapons that Cleveland got. Like I said, Cleveland won 4 in a row.
You gotta stop talking people out of their mind frame, man. Like we gonna have to come back. You gonna have to start picking after the first 2, man, because you confusing people. Me, directly. Goddamn talking me out of my what I'm thinking. Come on,
I'm
LeBron.
going. Yeah, I got me for
Oh,
Cleveland.
Pitt. Yeah, Pitt.
I got Cleveland.
Who, me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
you.
Pitt.
What you
Who
got?
you got?
Say what?
Who do you have?
Oh.
Don't even talk about it.
I'm going with the land, man. I'm going with the land.
Man, you going with the land? Okay.
I'm going with the land, man. Who you took, Deron?
I took Pittsburgh.
I'm Tony. Don't say nothing else, Tony. Wait. Next up is the Bears and the Panthers.
Bears at the Panthers.
Yep.
Man, Bridgewater looking good, man. I tried to tell y'all boys.
Is this gonna be one of Deron's Detroit picks? You talk about how good they is and then pick against them?
Bears playing, pretty good too. They shocked the world the other night. Dog. I go with the Bears, man. I go with the Bears.
Okay.
I can't made that pick, but I go with the Bears.
Come on, Deron.
Come back to me, man. Come back to me.
Come on, bro.
I'm going with the Panthers.
Mm.
I don't trust Nick Foles to shock the world twice. I didn't trust him to do that then. Y'all already know. I said Nick Foles. Let me be quiet. That's it. I'm going with the Panthers.
All right. D?
Man, I don't know this one, man. I might have to come back to that one.
All right, Lions with the Jaguars.
What's your
Who you
pick?
got, Ken,
Deron, I see you trying to be slick. You waiting on me to pick, and then you
we
pick
doing
it
this
after
again?
me.
I
I'm
didn't
picking
pick
the
seven
Bears.
picks before you.
I'm
I didn't pick
picking
seven
the
picks before
Bears.
you. Good gracious.
Lions
Yeah, give me
with
the Bears
Jaguars.
too. Give me the Bears too.
He didn't
Give
even
me the
hear what I
Bears.
said.
Give me the Bears.
What I
Give me the
said,
Bears.
y'all. He think I don't know what he's doing, man. I see through this. It's shenanigans.
If I'm doing something, I'm doing the same thing you doing. What
Well, stop trying to be like me, man. Follow your older cousin.
good gracious.
We 40 now.
Good.
Lions at the Jaguars.
Lions.
This nigga finally picked the line.
That was me. You know that, right?
Huh?
It was me.
Oh, this nigga. My bad. I wrote him down for the line.
Man, who the Lions play this past week, man? Or were they off?
They was on a bye.
Yeah, they on the bye.
I want to do it too, Dre.
Man, Minshew Mania is over with. Minshew Mania is over with. It's the Trevor Lawrence ball for them.
Yeah, it's the Lions. I'm going Lions.
I watched them today. They
Give me the
defense.
Lions too, Kenfo. Lions.
All right.
Jags.
My brother always going against the grain, man.
I should pick the Lions after a bye, but
Who you got,
Jags.
Kenfo?
Oh, I went Lions. Jets at the Dolphins.
Oh no, the Dolphins look too good today.
Yeah, I'm same thing. Miami.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Did they replace their quarterback? The Jets?
No, it's Fitzpatrick. Oh no.
Jets. It's still
Yeah,
going.
I think
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Fitzmagic.
All right, we got the Packers at the Bucks.
Ooh.
Packers
Bruh.
at the Bucks.
I'm going Packers.
Packs.
Say right now, I'm going Packers.
Where they play at?
In Tampa Bay. Oh shit. My bad.
Yeah,
'Cause
hold up.
ain't the Packers on the bye?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going Packers.
The Packers on the bye?
Yeah, they chilling this week.
The Bucks play Thursday night. They played this past Thursday, huh?
Yeah, so they got some time.
They got like a mini bye too, then, huh?
Yep.
Oh, good Lord, that's a good one. You know what, man? I'm gonna go against the blame on this one. I go with the Bucks. I say the Bucks on this one.
Brady with some time is a good pick. Who you got, Kim?
I'm gonna have to address this one tomorrow. I got to do some research because I don't know what's up with Chris Godwin or Fournette for the Bucks. So I need to see what they injury report gonna be looking like. So I'm gonna come back to that one. Rams at the 49ers, Sunday Night Football.
Rams.
I got to roll with the Rams.
Rams.
They've probably been playing some pretty good ball.
Yeah, they've been playing real good ball.
Bang, bang, Niner game.
What?
Next up is the Chiefs at the Bills.
Ooh.
At the Bills. Defense versus offense.
Ooh.
I'm going KC.
I'm gonna go a bounce back on KC. I'm gonna go KC bounce back.
The
Plus
Buffalo.
the Bills, don't they play Tuesday? So they're on a short week.
Oh yeah. Was that Monday night or Tuesday? Sunday night. The Chiefs and Titans. I mean, Chiefs and Bills.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday.
Chiefs and Bills. Nah, it's a regular 3:00 game. No, it's Monday night. It's a Monday 3:00 game.
No, it's Tuesday. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Bills at the Titans.
No.
No,
I'm
you're talking
talking
about Chiefs and Bills.
Next week. I'm talking about next week.
Chiefs and Bills is going to
Monday night, right?
3:00. Monday night, well, Monday afternoon, 3:00 Central, 4:00 Central time.
Yeah.
Monday,
game.
yesterday. And Buffalo defense is legit. Josh Allen, and watching the Chiefs when they played against the Texans and watching them in these other games, they secondary suspect. And with Diggs over there and Josh Allen, and I'm gonna go with the Bills, man. I'm gonna go with the Bills because I think the Bills beat the Titans on Tuesday.
I'm gonna go with the Bills also. I don't know how that's gonna play out. Last game, Monday night, Cardinals at the Cowboys.
Oh. Hello?
You still here?
I got the Cardinals. And
Do I have to ask Tony in the run?
That's in Dallas Stadium?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Kyler Murray coming back home. Yeah, he acting a donkey at home. Kyler Murray won too many state titles in that stadium.
Don't tell me you're thinking about it.
I'm going to roll with my boys.
Man, come back to me, man. Come back to me.
Man, ain't nobody coming back to you, man. Stop, get off the gas, man.
We come back to you on the Packers and the Bucks.
All right, bro. You never you wanted us to come back to you with the
Atlanta game.
Made up your mind.
On which one?
Atlanta versus Vikings.
Vikings and the Falcons.
Yeah.
No, I'm Vikings.
That's me. He talking about me. He talking about me.
Yeah. Tony. Yeah. Tony.
Bruh. I'm a roll with Vikings.
I do. Cardinals at the Cowboys.
Man, give me tomorrow's show, man. Give me tomorrow's show, dog. I want people Cowboys so bad, man.
Stop laughing. You know how he do. Stop laughing, man. It ain't funny. It ain't funny.
You know, if Antoine gonna pick the Niners over the Rams, you might as well go and pick your squad, man. Go and pick your squad, man.
Bro, he already know he picking Dallas. He only doing this because he want to know who I'm picking. He want to know who I'm picking first, and then that way he can make his pick. That's why he gonna pick his own team and tell me that he picking his own team.
You already picked, man. You the Cardinals.
I did not say who I was picking.
Man, come on, man. You ain't picking nobody but the Cardinals. This ain't nothing I needed to sit there and make a decision on.
Okay.
About you.
So appreciate y'all, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're gonna see y'all tomorrow night. We're gonna make another video, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna update on this Monday Night Football, these games that we got coming on. And hopefully, DeRon will go on ahead and make his picks official, instead of sitting up.
Antoine too. Hope he'll open his mouth and make a decision.
Tell your friends by me, dog.